Okay, this is Aaron again with Exalted Lamb 1, and I have my sixth installment, basically, of this time frame, and I'll have in the description box below the other 5 videos dealing with different aspects of this time frame, going from May 1st to May 13th. And like I've shared before, this is my grand guess, and I am pretty confident that I may have finally found this whole thing and figured this out. Again, just keep this in mind for all of you that either you don't know about what's going on with my channel, or you do for a certain amount of time, whatever. I've endeavored to find the days and the times which America's going to be attacked and how. And I pretty much discovered all the different attacks for the most part, except for a while I did not understand how the virus is going to begin this whole thing. That was pretty much it. But everything else is going to play out, and it's in process right now. And I'm going to talk about some of that on this video and get into some details of how this has already begun, I believe, starting on 5/1. And then the next key date is 5/4, okay, and then 5/7, 5/8, 11 through 12, and then 13. And how these are very important. And then, as I mentioned before, watch my other videos as well if you haven't watched those. iPad Goat 2, Split Wide Open Part 1 and 2, the one about Trump and the Pope step down, basically, and then the last 2 about the movies, about 311 is 511. And again, those links are in the description box, so check those out, because they're key to showing you all the aspects of why 3, the third month to the elites, is really May. We know the third month as March on the Gregorian, but to the elites, the third month is really May. And so 3/1 through 3/13 is really, to us, 5/1 through 5/13, but this is the elites. So they use both sets of numbers, and they also use, as it has to do with March 1st, is the 61st day of the year, all the way to March 13th is the 73rd day of the year. They use these codes as well. Also down here, from May 1st, which is the 122nd day of the year, all the way to May 13th, which is the 134th day of the year. And they use these two a lot. They use this, depending on this, a lot from May 1st to begin this whole process of this 13-day process. So they use all these to, basically secretly post their plans on all kinds of media that I've shared. Okay, and I'm going to get into some different aspects, of course, with this video, and I have with the others, so you got to check those out if you haven't yet. So this is very important. So there's some big stuff coming. We're talking about meteor strikes. We're talking about tsunamis, mega tsunamis hitting both coasts. We're talking about the attack on Trumpel-Thinskin. I call him the 45th Prez. All these things, which are huge. And so real quick, I'm going to say, it began here a couple days ago on 5/1 with symbolic things, which I'm going to share. 5/4 is tomorrow, Monday. We should see something happen then, or massive symbolic stuff. But I think physically by 5/7 we'll see some stuff like Hawaii, possibly lava in Kilauea coming up. And then 5/8 would be the attack on Trumpel-Thinskin. 5/11, 5/12 are the tsunamis. West Coast, East Coast. 5/11 West Coast, 5/12 East Coast. They work synonymously because they're basically the same time frame. They're going to probably say it might have to do with these asteroids, or maybe this comet pieces coming and hitting the oceans and starting that, whatever the excuses they're going to use. But this is all planned, by the way. Like I've said, final nuclear attack United States 5/13. And then, of course, these days of the year codes on the top and the bottom, depending on whether it's the March codes or the May codes. Okay, what calendar they're going by, the elites calendar or the Gregorian, the masses calendar. Okay, so moving forward. So May 1st, Trumpel-Thinskin signs this executive order on securing the United States bulk power system. I mean, for him to have control of the whole power system, that says to anyone who's kind of paying attention, we're talking about a possible attack on the power system. And what this is really doing is this is predictive programming. Again, predictive programming, showing you ahead of time what they're going to do and get you kind of accustomed to it in a sense. It's kind of like sign the contract with the predictive programming. Is like the fine print when you sign a contract that you don't read, that you don't see and you don't read. And so this is predictive programming that the power grid will go down, and I'm predicting by May 13th, probably on May 13th, there might be some sections that go down and internet that go down within, the 11th to 12th, because of all the earthquakes caused by the tsunamis, going on the 11th and 12th. And so anyway, this is all This is crazy. And how even more is this predictive programming? By gematria. So everything these people do, all the elites, including Trumple, including Stinky BO, I mean, all these people in power that are basically, have the whole world pretty much on lockdown. They're all Kabbalists, okay? And they follow the letter in the number in the letter, and that is securing the United States bulk power system in gematria is 5-1. Okay, look at this. Is that a massive coincidence? 5-1, May 1st. I don't think so. They don't count zeros. There it is right there. Then we have 5-7. Again, I showed you 5-7. That's Hawaii. That's really, in a sense, another example of the birth of Stinky Bill, because he comes from Hawaii, supposedly, even though he is a clone. This actually represents 5-8, because it's really 1-2-9, kind of scrambled a little bit. These things are several things. Look at this, 3-3-3. I'm going to get into all these things right here, what all this stuff means. And again, this is scrambled. What proves that as well? If you can keep compressing numbers in different ways, for example, this one in Jewish Ordinal, 4 plus 8 is 12. So 4 plus 8 is 12. Yes, it's 4 plus 8 is 12. That's 12-9, or 1-2-9. The 129th day of the year is 5-8, the attack on Trumple, I've said. Okay, so again, this confirms that as well. That's very important. Also, if you look at this as well, anytime you add anything to 9, it stays the same. Without going through the whole process, I can just get rid of the 9, and then that's 48. Well, what's 48? 48 is 84 backwards, and that's when Stinky Bill was born, August 4th. A lot of things for him are about 44, 84, 77, 66, and there's several things, and 666, of course, being the AC, the Antichrist, and all that stuff. So, moving on here. And then day before that, he actually signed this executive order. He's going executive order crazy for all the stuff that's coming up. Ordering the Selective Reserve of the Armed Forces to active duty. Okay, the Selected Reserve of the Armed Forces, which is a few hundred people, I think. But why are you doing that? Because it's signaling war. War is about to begin, and he's bringing out people in the Selective Reserve. So that's huge. And that was the day before May 1st. By the way, April is the second month. Again, March is the first month to elites. April is the second. May is the third. So April 30th would be 2-3. And again, that's Stinky Bio's number. That was his number on his jersey when he was in high school playing basketball. 23. It's also 32 backwards. He's all Mr. 32, Mr. 23. What's 23? Well, 32 backwards is also 2 breaks up into 1 and 1. It's decompressed into 1 and 1, and that's 3-1-1. And that's his birth. 3-1-1 is 5-1-1, because the third month is May to the elites. Okay, as I've said. Now check this out. I don't know how many of you have seen this, but here's one of his briefings, and he's talking about, you'll see what he's talking about. I'm going to play this, actually. Here we go.
And this is a practice that we probably will be recommending into the future long after the enemy is gone. This particular enemy is God. We're also making...
Okay, so he said we're going to do this in the future, long after this particular enemy is gone. This enemy is God, he says. Let me say it again. Let me play it again.
And this is a practice that we probably will be recommending into the future long after the enemy is gone. This particular enemy is God. We're also making...
Literally, he says, long after this enemy is gone, this particular enemy is God. He's been talking about the invisible enemy. What he's been talking about is code for the invisible God. The Bible talks about the invisible God. Thank you for Dr. Savage 84 for throwing this out there on your channel so I could see this situation, because I missed him saying this exactly. So yes, and if you don't believe what he's saying, that I'm saying that he still says gone, he doesn't say God the second time. If you put, I'll have this video in the description box. This is a short one from another YouTuber. Dr. Savage, his video wasn't as good quality as this one, I thought, and same with the sound. So I had to grab something. This is a very short clip. But you can basically you can go to that original link, and then you can put the captions on, and then it'll show you that that's what he's actually saying. The captions say God, and I'll show you that in a second. But I want to play this again for you real quick. Check this out, okay? Now he says the enemy is gone. This particular enemy is God, and watch his mouth as well. Lip read as well.
Long after the enemy is gone. This particular enemy is God. We're also making...
That's very clear. Gone and then God. Gone and then God. He's really saying, he does this of all time. For you people that think he's on your side, okay, and I've shown this 1,000 times. I'm going to show you more stuff how he's Mr. 58 in this video. But this is a huge example. This is a huge indictment to Trump that he is not on your side. He's against God, and he says it right here.
Long after the enemy is gone, this particular enemy is God. We're also making...
I mean, are you kidding me? This particular enemy is God? That's what he said. And then here's my evidence here. If you just go, again, you can go to that link in the description box. I'll have it up there. In the future, long after the enemy is gone, this particular enemy is God. That is how it reads on the closed captions. It's crazy, okay? And he's signaled many things, many times. There's actually YouTubers that have actually, I haven't shared this too much. You know, when he sits down and does that triangle shape with his hands, there's actually a YouTuber, I know one or two. My brother Jeff knows more about this guy, and I haven't looked into it too much, but I've seen one example. But he literally taps his fingers together, and he's doing Morse code, and he's communicating different codes through this Morse code when he's tapping his fingers together on the end of this triangle shape, because he's the Mr. Tip of the Spear. He's doing this Illuminati triangle symbolism and signaling, as I would say. Okay, and if I can, hopefully I can keep talking decent today. You never know how it's going to turn out. Okay, so another thing that happened on May 1st was on any given day, the U.S. aircraft carrier Harry S. Truman can be found on the Atlantic coast of the United States, probably somewhere between Virginia and Florida, which is actually, it's in the Middle East right now, and it's going to stay out there because it's all about World War III. And I've talked about that. His crew would love to come home to their families, but they can't. They're just too valuable right now. And of course, it's very convenient that's because the Truman is a clean ship, free from coronavirus thanks to longer than expected deployment at sea that started in November. This deployment has kept its battle ready 4,500 crew out of reach of a pandemic that is wreaking havoc everywhere. Wow, if I can talk again, that's wreaking havoc elsewhere in the Navy. Wow. Okay, so notice this also, the 4,500. That links it to Trumple, okay, and that's what I've said. These aircraft carriers, even I've been saying that the predictive programming and the gematria shows. Okay, I'm gonna try to speak a little better right now. I'm just getting excited and I'm stumbling over my words here. Okay, the gematria and the predictive programming shows that I've shown on all these different things in media, iPad Goat 2, all these things. They show that he's going to be attacked when these are attacked, okay? Because he's number 9. For example, the aircraft carrier Lincoln is 72, CVN 72, and that's 9 as well. 7 plus 2 is 9. And right here it just shows you also that this shows 4,500 crew. How convenient. 45 is President 45. They don't count zeros, okay? So it's a clean ship. Okay, what's clean ship? And this just came out on May 1st. Well, clean ship is 87. And what's 87? 87 is 8 plus 7 is 51, 15, which is 51 backwards. And they're like, yeah, that's a stretch. Well, how about this? In single reduction, clean ship is also 51. So it's a clean ship. There's no viruses. How convenient. So it has to stay out there for World War III. That's about to, and it's going to get hit and all that stuff, like I've said. Also, it's crazy how also there's 17 right here, which is 71 backwards. There's also 552, which is 511. Again, 2 breaks up into 11. This is all planned. I'm not getting every single number here, but it's all planned. Also, we have 54 coming up tomorrow, which is 34 to the elites. Okay, boom. Then President Trump confirms high degree of confidence that COVID-19 originated in Wuhan labs. I mean, are you kidding me? Again, he's ratcheting up the rhetoric for war. Now, again, 5-1's the first day of the birth, a 13-day birth process, I'm saying. And so 5-1's going to be a bunch of things about war. We already had the military thing he signed. We have all these different things about war. And I'm showing you more things about war. This is ratcheting up the war rhetoric that China's at fault. They did all this. That's why we had the virus. And to get angry for them for World War III. Okay? And again, this is 5-1 as well. Okay? And then look, high degree of confidence is in quotes. High degree of confidence is, what is that? It's 1 plus 7 is 8, and then 5. Backwards is 5-8, because it's Trumple saying that this is Trumple. He's Mr. 5-8. Another example how he's Mr. 5-8. Okay, and that means, and I'm saying he's going to get attacked on 5/8, May 8th, is what I'm saying. That's what the numbers show, my grand guess. Okay, and then check this out. High degree of confidence in gematria, in English gematria, was everything times simple gematria times 6 is 1050, which backwards is 5/1. Take away the zeros, 5/1. That's May 1st. This came out on May 1st. Are you kidding me? Let's look at more. The rest of the statement, COVID-19 originated in Wuhan lab, is what he said also. 270. Okay, what's 270? That's 72. 72 is the 72nd day of the year, which is March 12th. And March 12th is really, the third month is really May 12th, which is the tsunami on the West Coast. Okay, and then we have, of course, the same phrase in Jewish reduction, which is 133. That is also related to the 72nd day of the year because it's the 133rd day of the year, which is May 12th. So these two are related to each other exactly. This is 3/12, and this is the 72nd day of the year, and this is 133rd day of the year, which is May 12th. Same day. This would be the Least calendar. This would be the Gregorian calendar. Same day. And then we have 5/1 here. This is all planned. That's what I like to show in my videos. By this gematria and things. This is all planned. This can't be. These all can't line up. And especially all these numbers on this day and everything. May 1st. And then here we have, here comes Kim Jong Un, supposedly out of, people thought he might be dead. There was Japanese newspapers saying he had a some kind of operation or something, and he went brain dead or something. And then here he supposedly appears. Well, we'll see what the narrative is, but this was just a picture. They didn't have video, so this could keep going. But he reappears on May 1st exactly because he's a symbol of war, of course. And he's cutting red ribbon. Well, what does this mean in gematria? This means Kim Jong Un cutting red ribbon means, check it out. We have 2 plus 9 equals 11, 115, 511. Jewish reduction, 11.5, 11.5, 11.5, 11.5. Are you kidding me? Look at this, 295, 295. So we have 11.5, 11.5, 11.5. And then look, there's just so many. And then we have 7 plus 7. We have 1 times 77, which is how they do it, which is 7, which, like I said, CQBO is 7. We also have 7 plus 7 is 14, so we have 114. But more importantly, if we have 114, 1 and 4 is 5, and it's 5-1. That's 5-1. And then I wanted to show this as well, where it's 8, 2 plus 2 is 4. 8-4 is Stinky B.O.'s supposed birthday, August 4th, 8-4. So we're talking about birth, his birth being 5-11. We have 5-11, 5-11, 5-11, and we have 5-1 because 7 plus 7 is 14, which is 5. 1 plus 4 is 5. 1 backwards. 5-1. 5-11, they're both his birthdays. Again, 5-1, this symbolic of this beginning of this birth process for the man-child as well. But I'm typically showing this all in gematria and what the elites are doing as well. So 5-1 and 5-11 are key. And then sometimes they show 5-11 and 5-12 because of the dual tsunami dates and things like that. I'll show you that more and more. Okay. Yeah, I don't need to connect to that. Okay, here we go. Next. So then he's cutting the ribbon on what they said, a phosphatic fertilizer manufacturing plant. It's not a phosphorus or as they call it, phosphatic. This is all planned as well. Look at how phosphatic is 115. They just picked this word, phosphatic fertilizer, whatever plant. I mean, seriously. But look at this. This is exactly, it's 49, 4, and 5 plus 4 is 9. 4 plus 9 is 13, and 13 is 31 backwards. 31 backwards is 31 is March 1st, or to the least, the third month is May 1st. And this came out on May 1st. Again, in reverse ordinal, we have, what's this? We have 5, 7. 5 plus 7 is 12. So you have 12 and 2, 1, 2, 2. Again, you compress the numbers however they want to do it. They can do it multiple ways for multiple symbols. One of those things is 5 plus 7 is 12. And then we have 2. So it would be 1, 2, 2. The 122nd day of the year is May 1st. And again, most of these numbers I'm saying on the days of the year are only on a leap year. So it'll only be this year, and then we have 3 years where there won't be these things hitting exactly on these days. And then look at phosphatic down here. It's 155. So 1 times 55. Again, 511 is also in a sense, 5 times 11, which is 55. So 55 is a code from the elites of 511, because 5 times 11, or 511, is 55. Hope that makes sense. Another source, North Korea's Kim Jong Un reportedly seen in public for the first time in 3 weeks. That is a full gematria phrase. North Korea's Kim Jong Un reportedly seen in public for the first time in 3 weeks, which is 313, which is the final attack nuclear day of the United States. The third month, the 13th day, which is either March 13th or, now check this out, then we have, or it's May 13th, and then we have the same exact thing in Jewish reduction is 319. So 19 is 1 plus 9 is 10. Okay, take away the 0, so that's 3-1. So third month, first day, whether it's March by the Gregorian or its third month is to the elites, May. So May 1st, May 13th. May 1st through May 13th is the 13th day period I'm talking about. And that just happens to be in this full phrase on May 1st that they put it out? I don't think so. Here we go. Then Trump announces also on May 1st, REM Death Severe. I don't even know how to say that. REM Death Severe? REM Death Severe, cleared by FDA for emergency coronavirus treatment. Yeah, give me a break. Though this REM Death Severe, I knew it was gematria right away. In fact, I even looked to see if it was a scrambled word because it looked so bizarre. I knew it was gematria right away, and I immediately put it in, and it just so happens to be English ordinal. Again, 122, the 122nd day of the year, only on leap year, is May 1st. Are you kidding me? What are the chances of that? That's off the charts, impossible. And then we have in reverse ordinal, remember, Mr. 58, 1 plus 4 is 5, 8, 58, and he announces this, and it's 58. He's Mr. 58. I'm going to show you many more ways why he's 58. And if you watch my iPad Go 2 Split Wide Open Part 2, you'll see a lot of evidence I show that he's Mr. 58. In past stuff, Back to the Future, Quantum Leap TV show, I mean, all this different stuff. And an old Western film from the 1960s or whatever it was. I mean, I'm actually going to have I'm probably, if I can remember, I'm going to put a link in the description box, this old Western film, a series called Trackdown, where it completely had this guy named Trump in it. He's going to build a wall. It's about the end of the world. It's crazy. If you don't know about this, Trumple, thin skin as I call him, he is completely a mechanism for the elites. He's a Trojan horse for Christians and conservatives, because when he messes everything up, and he's a fall guy, he's going to make everybody's going to look at the Christians and conservatives that are left, that haven't been raptured, and they're going to hate them and want them dead for causing World War III, for causing all these kind of buffoonery and everything that he represents, and all the stuff that he represents. They think he's racist and all the kind of stuff. And he's an actor. For crying out loud, he was inducted into the World Wrestling Hall of Fame. He's an actor. He's had TV shows. I mean, are you kidding me? So anyway, there's more here. 6, 7 is 13, which is 31 backwards. 6, 7 is 13, and that's 3, 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, 1, and that's 3, 1 backwards. So we're talking about the third month, the first day, which is May 1st to the elites. Okay, and then here are other reasons why he's Mr. 58. So this is Lago Resort. So this is how another thing he owns and his name is on. And there's a lot going on in this whole architecture as well with him, but I'm not getting all that. Okay, so in 1985, again, in Back to the Future, it was 1985, and Biff, and which represents Donald Trump and all kinds of stuff I've shared in that video. So watch that one. That's the iPad Go 2 Split Wide Open Part 2. Mar-a-Lago was purchased by Donald Trump at a price of around $10 million. 1985 is 58 backwards. 5-8. Okay, he's Mr. 58. There's more. Mar-a-Lago, okay, is in simple gematria 68. The 68th day of the year only in on a leap year is March 8th, or 3-8, which is to the elites, third month, and 8 days, May 8th. But that's 3-8. Again, that would be 5-8. Look at reverse ordinal. Again, we saw that earlier with that that drug. 1 plus 4 is 5, 8, 5-8. This is associated with Trump. And again, we have 32 and 32. 2 can be decompressed into 1 and 1. So we have 311, 311. We have 8-4, which is, again, everything ties to the birth of the stinky BO. Barack insane Obama. August 4th, his birthday supposedly. And then, of course, Trump is 888. How is Trumple 888? Trumple is Donald J. Trumple is 148. Look at this. See that? 148, which is 58. See, 1 plus 4 is 58, 58, 58. And then this is 4 plus 9 is 31, 13 backwards. Then we have 7 plus 6 is 13, so that's 113. We have so many things. This is crazy. 6 plus 8 is 14. CQBO again is 14, is 7 plus 7. He's 7, 7. And then look, here's Mar-a-Lago associated reverse ordinal to English. And this is English gematria, and this is reverse English. And here's Donald J. Trumple. And then we have Mar-a-Lago, same number. Look at that. I mean, are you crazy? Are you kidding me? And then look at this. This is also, not only is this 1 plus 5 is 6, I'm going to show you what 6 is coming while Trump is linked to Obama with 6. Is also 5 plus 6 is 11. It's 111. 111 I've shared many times. The first month to elites is March. So 111 is March 11th. Okay? Which is 311. Okay? It's crazy, but it's true. All right. And then look at Mar-a-Lago Resort. So I went from Donald Trump to Mar-a-Lago Resort fully spelled out. Again, we have the 73rd day of the year right here, which is 313. Okay? That, in fact, Trump declared a national emergency with all the states or whatever on 313. This is all planned rituals. And 1 plus 6 is 7, again 73. 73rd day of the year is March 13th. Crazy. Then the East Coast gets attacked on backwards 512. Then 8 plus 9 is 17. Backwards is 71st day of the year, which is 311. And then guess what? Look, 978 Mar-a-Lago Resort is, and that's the exact number for Barack Insane Obama. I mean Hussein. But right here, 978, that's his English gematria. And then look, 129. This is 58. 58, Mr. 58, 58 is the 129th day of the year. I'm hoping you get this. I'm showing evidence upon evidence upon evidence and things that are in the quadrillions and the, just off the charts. Each one by itself and relating to different things is, and then you add all these things I'm talking about. There's just no way. This only can be planned. This is not organic in any way. This is completely contrived, all planned, as I've shown many times. Now, this is going to blow your mind. I hope it should. It blew my mind when the Lord led me to it. So, you have twin towers, okay, that went down in 9/11, right? Okay, 9, whatever you call it. Anyway, maybe I should call it something else. Maybe I'll call it 9/12. Then you'll know it's one less. So on 9/12, the TTs basically went down, right? Well, I think there's a code, several codes what might be happening. Okay, I'll say it this way. The Lord's shown me with these things that are coming that have already started with the CV and the things that are coming, all these different situations that are coming for attacks, including CV, the thing that rhymes with Cyrus. Okay, anyway, they're all 9/11s in different ways. I'm going to show that to you. Okay, but this was the first one to show what's coming in the future. Now, was this showing some stuff in the future by these names and everything? I'm saying this is what it might be. Look at this. So Twin Towers, and I've shared the first letter codes on several things. Twin Towers is TT, especially when they're double letters with the same letter. It's just more obvious. And they're famous. Double letters famous, definitely first letter code. So TT is 2020. Is this hinting to that we're going to have the 912 in 2020? Remember, one less than 912 is... Yeah, okay. Are we going to have that in 2020? Well, let's keep looking here. This is really crazy. Now, how many floors were on each of these buildings? 110. And that easily breaks down when you combine compressed numbers and gematria, or just compressed numbers, I should say. You get 1 and 1 is 2. So with just the floors, you have 2020. So this is saying 2020, I believe. Okay, this is confirming that this stuff's coming in 2020. Well, what's a confirmation of that? Well, like I've shared, the first letter code on CV, C and V on CV, the whole word, is 3. C is third letter of the alphabet. V is the 22nd. We have skull and bones, 322. And by the way, like I said in my last videos, 3 plus 2 is 5, and 2 can be compressed into 1 and 1. So in skull and bones is 511. And then the last letter, there's a last letter code, which is A and S. A is 1, first letter of the alphabet. S is the 19th letter of the alphabet. Backwards, CV, this whole word, is 9/11. It's crazy. This is crazy. I'm telling you, this is the Lord showing me this is absolutely true. Okay, now some things I'm making speculation about, some things I know for sure. This is absolutely 9/11. I'm just going to say 9/11, I guess. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay, so here, let me keep going. This is crazy. Now, the last letter code gives you more hints, I think. So the last letter code, which I've shared many times before, like I just did with the CV, N is the 14th letter of the alphabet, but 14 is 1 plus 4 is 5. And then S, like I showed you earlier, was the 19th letter. 1 plus 9 is 10. Take away the 0, you have 1. That's May 1st is when this begins. So we have May 1st, the beginning of this birth, 2020. I'm telling you, this is freaky. This is really freaky. I'm going to show you some more freakiness here that the Lord's kind of led me to. So on that same idea, famous towers, Trump Tower, TT. Are you kidding? TT is, let me do this first. Okay. Well, look at this. I mean, do you see this? There are several scenes from the movie Armageddon, and these are meteorites hitting New York. Again, predictive programming possibly of something that might happen. It could happen on 5/8, but definitely by 5/11, 5/12, possibly, and all that. So look how this is kind of greenish, and look at this green. Does this look? This to me looks like a meteorite coming down with a trail or a tail, or even a comet, maybe even an Atlas fragment or something. But look, it's green. It's got green, even the shape of a triangle or a pyramid or something. And I remember some of these asteroids they were saying that were as big as the Pyramid of Giza, and so that's kind of crazy that they would use that analogy, big as a Pyramid of Giza. And this thing is, look how it looks like it's streaking down and going to hit. It's also the tip of the spear, which Trump believes he is. He's going to cause the destruction of Christianity and also the fall of the United States, and that's what his role is as a false Trojan horse. I guarantee that's what he is. And all my information and past stuff, my work and my research proves it out. And other people have done it too. It's crazy, okay? Another scene in Armageddon shows another meteor hitting the Chrysler building. Boom. It's like boom. I mean, several meteors coming through. It's really kind of crazy. I didn't care for the movie too much. I like Deep Impact better, which shows some bigger chunks coming in. But these are smaller pieces coming in. They're just, and by the way, I didn't show this, but Chrysler building is CB, and C is 3 and B is 2. That's 32, which is Obama's number 32, which has to do with his birth. And again, 32 is also 311 because 2 is decompressed into 1 and 1. Or if you're going to hide, if you're an idiot like these elites, and you can try to hide 311 or 511, you're going to hide it by going 3-2. Because, everybody knows 1 plus 1 is 2. I mean, everybody said, well, what's 1 plus 1? What's 2 plus 2 is 4? I mean, we've said that in jokes and all kinds of stuff. Well, 1 plus 1 is 2. So that's the simplest mathematics you can get. So if you're going to hide 311, you're going to hide it in 3-2. And then, of course, turn that backwards and make it 2-3, which is they're both Stinky B.O.'s numbers. Or you have 511. You're going to hide it. You're going to make it 5-2. And you're going to refer to it many times, like Trump will refer to 52 many times. Or you're going to make it 25, which is backwards, 11-5, or 1-1. 1 plus 1 is 2, is 5. 25, we're talking about the birth of the Messiah or whatever, or the birth of all these gods on December 25th. The 25th, the 25th, the 25th, it's all over the place. I mean, I've shared videos where all these different gods in different religions are all born on December 25th. 25th is 511 backwards. It's just what it is. I finally figured out all this code. And it took me a while to figure it out. It's very hard, but I'm thankful. I think I've cracked this whole darn thing. Again, this is still my grand guess, and time will prove this out, but we'll see. Look how this is look how this green, there's some green to this. And remember that Atlas that was breaking up, it's green. It's just crazy. This is all, you can't make this stuff up. And look at this. This is in the movie. I'm just going to dissect a couple spots. This one and these two things right here in this movie. I haven't even looked at the whole movie as far as any kind of gematria, but it's all over the place. I guarantee it. But it supports what I've been saying. Look, 53rd Street Station is what it's showing right here. This is hidden gematria. So 53rd Street Station is the attack on New York, which is 512. The 71st day of the year, which is 311, which is really 511. And then 8 plus 9 is 17. Backwards is 71, which is 311. And then look at this, 125th day of the year, or you can look at it as the 12th day and the 5th month right here, 512 backwards, or the 12th day of the 5th month right here, or you can look at it as 125th day of the year, which is going to be tomorrow, May 4th. We could have something big happen, maybe stock market, maybe something else, maybe something with the with World War III, maybe something with Iran and 5-4. I've seen a lot of 5-4, and of course 5-4 is 45 Trumple backwards. And we had the 54th Super Bowl, which is pointing to 5-4 as well. Many, many things I've shared. And then I look at here, right here, it says 53rd Street Station. This side, right here, you can barely see it, but it says, what does it say? It says Barclay Hotel. They have all these words in there for a reason, because they're secret messages. They're like these little teenagers that have these, or little kids that have these secret messages, and they got to put them back and forth to each other and like hide from their big sisters and whatever, whatever. So it's crazy. So Barclay Hotel exactly equals May 1st, 122nd day of the year. Only on a leap year is May 1st. May, excuse me. I had breathing. I had a little bit of funky breath there. That's weird. It happens sometimes. I'm trying to breathe. I'm talking a lot. So 6 plus 7 is 13, which is 3-1 backwards. Again, third month, first day is May 1st. And then we have 6 plus 9 is 15, backwards is 5-1, May 1st. Then we have 1 plus 2 is 3, and then 12. 3-12, or third month is 5. Third month is really May to the least. And 12, 5-12, which is the attack in New York. Again, like I said, 5-12 right here, 5-12, 5-12, 5-12. It's all right here, okay? This is crazy. Here we go. So first letter code in Trump Tower, just like Twin Towers, is TT, 20th. Now check this out. This is another reason why Trumple, and I've shared this in that previous videos, is Mr. 58 is because Trump Tower has 58 floors. And I'm saying he's going to be, and I've said before all this, he's going to be attacked on 5-8. This is crazy. So maybe this is saying Trump Tower is saying by its how many floors and its first letter code that is confirming what I've already said before I even dealt with this Trump Tower code. 5-8-2020 is when the attack's going to happen on Trumple. And maybe they're going to say he is there, or he was there when it happened or something. I don't know, but this is my guess. I'm guessing here. These are the numbers. And then last letter code, Trump Tower, is P. P is the 16th letter of the alphabet, and R is the 18th letter of the alphabet. Now this is crazy, because P is 16. What's the 61st day of the year? March 1st, and only on a leap year. And then we have the 81st day of the year, normally is March 22nd, 322 Skull and Bones. Are you kidding me? So we have 61 backwards and 81 backwards, which are these key codes of March 1st and March 22nd. Skull and Bones, 322. Are you kidding me? Which we know 322, like I said, 32 is 5, and the other 2 is 1 and 1 compressed. So that's really 511. 322 is 511, I'm saying. Here we go. And then here we had this happen back in June 14th of 2012. Stinky B.O., the 44th Prez, as I like to call him, Beelzebub head, king of the buttheads. He was signing this beam for the One World Trade Center tower there. He's signing this thing, and he wrote, "We will remember, we will rebuild, we will come back stronger," whatever. I can't do his. If I tried, I wouldn't really want to do his impression, but anyway. And these are Vav. In Hebrew, this is Vav, 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 which is 666. And this is like, say, hey, we'll come back stronger. And it was kind of against God. It's really crazy. But he signed this on a key day. What was that key day? What was 6/14 for some of you may know? It is the birthday of Trumple Thinskin. Hey, there he is. There is a little Trumple Thinskin spinning his wheel, making gold out of straw. Trumple Thinskin. Right? He's going to make gold out of stock market. That's my name for him, Trumple Thinskin. Okay? Because a lot of his followers, if you say anything negative about him, they have thin skin too. They're like, oh, how dare you? I mean, wouldn't you want rather Hillary? No, actually, no. Hillary, people would brace and go to Jesus. They'd run to Jesus and say, Lord Jesus, help us from Hillary. And we know what she's going to do. And instead, they're blinded by this false, this charlatan, this Trojan horse guy is going to destroy the world, basically, and destroy the United States and Christianity, so-called, as it's known, and conservatism as it's known, and he's going to destroy it all. By the way, so that was signed. He signed this on 6/14/2012, which was his 66th birthday. That's a massive coincidence. No, because they're tied. These two are tied together. They're on the same team. In fact, Trumple, Thinskin, works for this guy. I'm telling you. It's true. It's what the Lord showed me, without a doubt, and I'm proving it in predictive programming, in numbers, in codes, everything. Now check this out. As I've shared before in my previous videos, which you got to watch as well, because that same iPad Go 2 Split Wide Open Part 2, I deal with who Q is. Now look at Stinky BO's signature. BO, right? Stinky BO. That's what I call him, Stinky BO. It's BO. He's body odor. He's also Barry Sotoro. He's a bunch of BS. I'm sorry. He's evil to the core. I've seen him talk in different ways, and I've seen the evil that come out of him in so many ways. Anyway, and I feel it in my spirit every time I watch him, how corrupt and evil he is. He's probably the most evil being I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, who's this guy? And one day the Lord said, that's why you feel that way, because he's the Antichrist. I'm like, what? And I thought he was bad, but I had no idea he was the Antichrist. The Lord made it very clear. Anyway, look at this O. If you take this O, just how he signs it, and what I do is it upside down and backwards, what does it look like? Can you guess? Could it be Q? See that? That's a Q. Q. He is Q, and I proved that also in that one video, part 2, iPad Go 2, which is a link in the description box. The Apple Split Wide Open. A Split Wide Open, okay? Crazy. Look at that. Upside down and backwards, that is Q. And it would make sense because, like I've said, Q is the 17th letter of the alphabet. Backwards, it's 71, the 71st day of the year. Only on a leap year is March 11th, or 3/11. That's his birth. That's the birth of the Antichrist. 3/11, which to at least 3 is really the third month, which is May 11th. He's about to be born. He's the first part of the process of him being born, May 1st, and then it's going to 3/11 and finally to 3/13. He'll be revealed. Crazy. Here we go. Now, from when he signed this beam that was put into the World Trade Center tower on this day, on Trumple Thinskin's birthday at 66 years old, because he is 6 and 6'6 and 666. It's crazy. From that day to May 11th, his birth, like I said, remember I said May 11th, which is 322 is May 11th, all kinds of stuff, is 2,888 days. Do you see something obvious right there? First of all, do you see how he's linked to Trumple, like I showed you earlier? Donald J. Trumple is 888. Okay, even more. But look at the 2. So that's so obvious to me, who knows what they do, how they compress numbers and stuff. They compress it this way. You could make it 890. 2 plus 888 would be 890, and 89 would be 8 plus 9 would be 71 or 17, and then 71 backwards. That's one way to look at it, and that's the day, which is May 11th, which is crazy. Or 2 times 888 is what? Before I do that, remember he signed, this is the One World Trade Center building, the beam for it. There it is. Okay, there it is. There's One World Trade Center. And that's when he did it. And then look, 288 days, 2,888 days later is 2 times 888 is 1776. And that's the founding of our country. And that has to do with the destruction of our country as well. And what does 1776 have to do with One World Trade Center? I'll tell you, it's how many feet tall it is. One World Trade Center is 1,776 feet tall, not on accidents, because 1,776 feet is 888 feet plus 888 feet. 888 plus 888. And that was all, and that's when the Illuminati was founded. The Illuminati was founded May 1st, 1776. Fact. Hopefully you get this. I'm not pulling this out of nowhere, or reaching out deep in nowhere in netherworlds to bring. I'm pulling this out of real world here. This is the best I can find, but this is an indicting case against these people. Okay, check this out. This is on Stinky BO's Instagram. Okay, he's not the AC, he's not the Antichrist. Look at him. There he is talking to this kid, supposedly, right? Just insane promotion. I mean, I just really ticks me off. But this poor kid, and he's a black kid, he's a light-skinned black kid, supposed to represent him as well. And look, he's wearing a lightning bolt t-shirt. Barack Obama means lightning falling from heaven. That's what Barack Obama in Hebrew means. So I'm showing you many reasons why he's in, and I'm over 450 reasons that annihilate anybody that's a possible candidate for the Antichrist, Barack Insane Obama. And then look at on his shorts. Look at this. This is a dinosaur. Dinosaur legs with teeth. So that's a lizard or a snake or whatever. That's a, what was it? Tyrannosaurus Rex. It means like a lizard king or something like that, or whatever. This guy is a snake. This is, I mean, are you kidding? This is what it's showing. You see the symbolism here? This creature with teeth and everything, and the lightning bolt. He's Mr. Lightning falling from heaven. That's his name. What his name means. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And then, of course, on May 1st, he has to speak because it's his birthday. It's one of his birthdays on this 13-day process. So this is what it shows me. This has begun. It has begun on May 1st. I'm showing you. This is insane. Literally, there's no other times when he spoke on that day that I was talking about. He spoke to these people, and it's on Instagram and probably even Facebook and stuff. But he spoke to these people, supposedly, right? He's all praising them in this Chicago Food Bank. Well, why is he talking about food bank? Because he really cares about Chicago Food Bank? No, because it's a message. Because he's an evil freak. It's not about real stuff with any of these people. It's about messaging. It's about symbolism. It's about making things look good. But deep inside this, the devil lurking. He's ready to pounce. I'm telling you. Now look, and I didn't even do gematria on this whole thing, but look at this. Check it out. Food depositories. What he was talking about. He's talking about this Chicago food depository thing right here. You see the little logo and everything like that. Okay, and there it is on the bottom. Chicago's Food Bank. But he calls it a food depository as well. So look at this. Chicago's Food Bank in simple gematria is 133. Again, that is 512. The 512th day of the year, which is 512th day of the year. The 133rd day of the year, which is May 12th. Are you kidding me? On the East Coast. And then food depository just happens to be 186, which is, again, 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 6 is 15, which is 51 backwards, which is May 1st. And this all came out. This is when this came out. This is when this happened. This is when this happened, May 1st. Are you kidding me? So they got May 1st covered, and they've got May 12th covered in this. There's probably even more in here. I just haven't looked at it all. I mean, are you kidding me? Now, 5-4 is the next date I'm looking at. We're looking at 5-4, 5-7, 5-8, 5-11, and 12. Now, I saw this in an article, brace for a Monday massacre. Again, MM, like Mickey Mouse and, Trump Tower, double first letter codes. So Monday massacre is, guess what? M is 13. So 1 plus 3 is 4. So if you have 4, MM, we have 4-4. Who's Mr. 4-4? Again, everything has to do with him and all this. I'm telling you, he's in everything. He's in so many things. It's ridiculous. So this is about him on 5-4. Something, it may not be directly about him, but it's going to be something about causing chaos and war and some other things for his birth. Because getting ready to reveal himself over these days eventually. Okay, so Monday massacre. Warren Buffett liquidates all airline holdings as Berkshire Hathaway sees another leg lower. Anyway, so they're maybe forecasting that on Monday, this is Sunday, 5-3, Monday, 5-4, we could have massive stock market hit, or maybe there'll be, because it says massacre, maybe there'll be a false flag of people or something. I've seen 5-4 a lot, so I think something will happen on 5-4. I don't know what it is. It could be something massively symbolic still, or it could be some physical bad thing that, just show that this is in process still. This is happening. 5-1 was definitely happened, and 5-4 is on the way. So I'm just giving you a heads up. Keep your head on a swivel and keep in the Lord and everything. The ones who are not, get on your knees with the Jesus, please. I beg you. So here, let's keep going. So I'm going to show you this. Another example. On May 1st, the stock market was down. Okay, we've seen some big stock market declines weeks ago or whatever, but this is huge. Let me show you the messaging in just one of these. I've shown them in the past, and I could show a lot of them. I'm just going to give you kind of hit it home with just, I'll show you a few things. I'm going to just show you a few things in all this, not everything, because I don't want to make this like a 2-hour video or whatever. So next, so here we go. So right here, this is how they do this. They'll have several dates in these numbers across here. So this is how it is. So 2 plus 3 is 5. 7 plus 1 plus 3 is 12. 5, 12, and then we have 6 plus 2 plus 2 is 10. Take with 0 is 1. Then with 3 plus 2 plus 5 is 10. Take with 0 is 1. And then we have the last 5. 5, 11, 5, 12. What's in the middle here? What's 6 plus 9? I've already shared this with you many times. That is 15, which is 5, 1. So we have 5, 1 on 5, 1. We have the warning of 5, 11 and 5, 12. Backwards 5, 11, forward 5, 12. I'm still telling you, this is here. Believe it or not. And then right here we have 3 plus 2 is 5. And then 6 plus 4 is 10. Take with 0 is 1. 2 plus 8 is 10. Take with 0 is 1. We have 5, 11 right here. Let's go to the next one. Right here we have 5. And then I didn't show this because I want to make this. So we have 5, and if you go this way, it's 5, 7. That's the next few days. We have 5, 4 is the next day to look for. Then 5, 7 is Hawaii. Okay, and possible attack on Sticky BO. Okay, so we have 5. Going this way, we have 5, and then 7 plus 3 is 10. Take with 0 is 1. 1 plus 9 is 10. Take with 0 is 1. There's a lot of things that add up to 10 like that. It's crazy. So we got 11 here and 5, and then I could put a 7 right here. You know, I should put a 7 right here. So 5, 7 is one of his days, and then 5, 11. Now, this is even more crazy. So we have all this stuff. I can add more stuff. You know what? Let me show you this real quick. Even in these little green ones right here, there's messages. So right here, right away, I told you this was 5, 7. Look, 5, 7 backwards, which has to do with Mr. 44. 5, 7, 44. And then you can also, just like I'm going to add up these columns of red, I can add up these columns of green. So 7.50 would be 7.5. Add the 0.02, be 7.52. And what is 5.2? 5.2 is 5.11. So we have 5, 7 going one direction, 5.2, which really 2 is broken down into 1 and 1, like I've shared many times. We have 5, 7, and 5.11, which why does 5, 7 relate to the birth of a bomb? Because he was born in Hawaii. And when I'm talking about lava coming out of Hawaii, I'm talking about him possibly being attacked with a head wound or something, some kind of attack. That's in iPad Goat several places and other things on 5, 7. 5.11 is his birth with water destruction, with it's a water breaking, and that's represented by mega tsunamis on the west area, the west coast, Hawaii and the west coast. And then 5.12 being different time zone over on the east coast, tsunamis on that side, and they're probably going to now say it's looking like meteorite impacts or comet broken up pieces impacts, whatever it is. Maybe eventually they've been showing it's an attack on World War III. Maybe they'll eventually show that it was really man-made or something to inside World War III. I'm not sure how they're going to do that, but I'm showing you what I know so far, and this is all pre-planned as I'm showing. So let's add up the columns here of the red as well. I just showed you in the green how this has to do with 5, 11, 5, 7, and that's Mr. 44. I mean, are you kidding me? And then we add up all the red on this column right here. Okay, right here. And it's 988.40. Okay, we add all the column there, and now we're going to compress numbers. Okay, all across, completely across here, compress numbers, and there's more information, more messaging. It sounds about the same. And a lot of times, what's happened is the messaging that I decompress or compress these numbers into ends up relating to this message that's on the top. See, that's another crazy. So look at on top, we've got 5.1, we have 5.11, 5.12. So 5.11, 5.12 is a very common message of both, and then we also have 5.1. Well, what message do we get from here when we decompress? So check it out. So this is how I'm decompressing it. 1 plus 8 is 17. 1 plus 8, wow. 9 plus 8 is 17. And then we have keep 8 and keep 4. And then we have 8 plus 1 is 9. And we keep 8. We keep decompressing now. So then the next row is 1 plus 7. Wow, I'm not talking right. 7 plus 8 is 15. Keep the 1. 1, 1, 5. Keep the 4. Then we're going to get rid of the 9 because anything you add to 9 stays the same. So 8 added to 9 will stay the same. Or 8 plus 9 is 17. 1 plus 7 is 8. So whenever you have a 9, you can just get rid of it. So I'm getting rid of that 9. And then now we have this. Now, before we do anything else, check this out. Backwards, 8, 4. Remember, 84 is Barack Hussein Obama's birthday, so-called August 4th, which represents birth on 5/11. Again, this is how it ties to him. We have birth 5/7 and then 5/2, which is 5/11, Mr. 44th Prez. We have 8/4, August 4th, 5/11. Now you keep compressing. 4 plus 8 is 12, and bring that down. We have 11/5, 5/12. Dual tsunami, twin attack days of tsunamis, I'm saying. And what was that? Did that relate to what's up here? Yeah, 5/12, 5/11. Just didn't show 5/1, but that doesn't matter. In fact, in a way it could, because it could be right in the middle. It could literally be 5.1 right there in the middle. Whatever. Hope you get this. And there's even more in this. There's 9/11 here a few times. There's different things. It's crazy. There's more 5/11s. It's crazy. I'm telling you. So believe it or not, I'm showing you. Okay, again, we're looking at these different times. I'm looking at 5/11, 5/12, and then how these relate to each other. Okay. Now I was sent a few things by my friend Liberty Justice, and she's been seeing 3/11s a lot and 5/11s and different things. And I just want to show you real quick. There's literally just like you have 9/11, 911 when you call emergency or the police or whatever. There's 3/11, which is different things in different states and counties and stuff, but they use that as a code. Again, 3/11 and 5/11. I'm going to show that here soon. But look at how this, and even I was seeing when I was looking at all these CV cases of this, there's a lot of 3/11s and 5/11s all over the place. She sent me a few. I mean, look at this. The cases of CV was 3/11. This was this line, this 3/11 line that you call 3/11. I mean, it's all the predictive programming. It's crazy. She would send these as well. Now, this is really crazy. The Families First Coronavirus Response Act. Okay, and I saw this before, and I'm going to show you what she found, what she saw. 5/11. They're going to pay people 5/11 a day, or 5/110 total over these entire paid sick leave period. Are you kidding? Why would they pick 5/11 if it's not a code that they're trying to program people with? I mean, seriously, why not 5/10? That's more of a round number, or 500. Just pay people $500. I mean, 5/11. Why not 5/25? I mean, 5/11. That's so suspicious. I mean, are you kidding me? Now look at this. This is crazy, and this proves my point as well with 5/11. 5/11 new corona cases in Washington D.C. So this is this bill 5/11. I mean, are you kidding me? Then this is these cases in Washington at that point. This is This has been weeks ago or whatever, I think. 5/11, and then look, it says here, an additional 25 additional deaths. So we have 5/11, and remember what I said, 25 is also 5/11, because it's 2 breaks up into 1 and 1, and then 5. So if you're going to hide, I just said, if you're going to hide 5/11, you put 1 and 1, make 2, you make it 52, and hide even more, you reverse that, and you make it 25. So we have 5/11 and 25, and that's very common. 5/11 and 25, both are 5/11. That's very common. They do that a lot. I've seen, and that confirms what I've said about it. I can just say, hey, 25 is 5/11. You're like, yeah, right, whatever. Well, when I see them together all the time, all as well, in different ways where they prove each other out, that's how you have a proof and evidence. And I've had so many of those, and I'm showing it to you right now. And then also, so this is what she found with this 5/11 per day, and then 5,110 total over the whole period. So those 5/11, 5/11. Now check this one out. This one I found a few weeks ago when this first came out, and I've just been sitting on it. I haven't found a reason to share it yet. Under the revised bill, however, those payments would be capped at $511 a day, roughly what someone making $133,000 earns annually. Now this is insane. We have 5/11. That's May 11th, and then we have the 133rd day of the year, which is 5/12. Again, just like in the stock market thing, we had 5/11, 5/12, 5/11. 133rd day only on a leap year is 5/12, May 12th, the 133rd day of the year. Are you kidding me? It's right here. If you can't see this, wow. I mean, what is going on with you? What is going on with you? You can't see all these things, how they relate. Why would they pick these numbers? These can't be coincidence. It's all planned. I'm proving it left and right, left and right, left and right. Now, let's look at this comet that's coming in, and I'm talking about this comet that's coming in that's broken up, or the atlas started breaking up, and I'm talking about the Swan that they just discovered a few days ago or whatever. It's really crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna look at this code in this, And look at Discovery, 325, which is 3-7. Again, third month, seventh day is 5-7. I was just talking about 5-7. Okay. Swan is 5-7. Okay, Swan in simple gematria is 5-7. It's also May 1st. Imagine that. It's also 5, fifth month. It's also 5. Take away the 9, or 5 plus 9 is 14. 1 plus 4 is 5, whatever. And look, it's also scrambled 311. I mean, this is crazy. It's also 3 plus 4 is 7, and 2 is 72. 72nd day of the year is 3/12. March 12th. I mean, are you kidding me? They've got everything covered right here. And then look, the name of it is C 2020, which C is the third letter of the alphabet, and 2020 is 322. Skull and Bones, which 322 is also 3 and 2 is 5, and decompressed 2 is 1 and 1. 511 right here. But also look at F8. So F8 is F is 6 letter alphabet, and 8. 6 plus 8 is 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. Right there, 5. So what is this saying right here? What's it saying? Well, it's very simple. 311 is 511. 311, 511. Because if you break this up right here, and I've showed you how 32 is 311, 25 is 511 backwards, because it's just hidden. Like I said, these are just compressed. So you can just decompress them, or if you want to hide it, you compress them, and then you want to unhide it, you decompress them. That's how it works. So that's proving 311 is 511, and it's predictively programming you to this day. It's crazy. Okay, and then full Comet Swan. So we had Swan there. We have the number of the comet. We have Comet Swan is still 113, 11th of March, or 311. 311. 2 is decompressing to 11. 3-1, May 1st. May is the third month to the least. 1. 3-1. 3-1. Take away the 9. 3-1. And then again, 7 plus 8 is 15. Backwards is 5-1. So 5-1 is 3-1. 5-1 is 3-1. 5-1 is 3-1. I mean, are you kidding me? It's all over the place. This is predicting the programming 5-1 through 5-11 and 12. And some of these are 13 as well. It's crazy. And then look at this. Comet Swan. First letter code. C is 3. S is 19. Of course, C stays 3. And S is 1 plus 9 is 10. And take away the 0. So that's 3-1. May 1st. And then look at the last letter code. See that? The T in the end. The T in the end right there. Comet Swan. Last letter code. T is 20. N is 14. What is that? That's 11 because it's decompressed. And take away the 0. Decompress into 11. And N is 14, which is 1 plus 4 is 5. So we have Comet Swan also. Not only Swan and the number and everything I just showed you. It also covers first letter and last letter code. May 1st through May 11th. Or May 1st and May 11th for the birth. The swan is heralding the birth of the man-child born into heaven at the same time the Antichrist is revealed, Stinky B.O. Barry Soetoro, bunch of BS. Are you kidding me? Hope you're paying attention. Now I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to kind of end with this guy. I'm going to put about a 33 minute, just a little shorter than 33, 32 and some seconds, I don't know. Right after this, what I'm sharing on this video and attached to this video, this guy, his name is Igor Kostelek. Igor Kostelek, and he's from Croatia. And I don't know how he figured this all out and how he tracks this, and I can't get a hold of him. But he has a crazy video about how he's tracking Swan and how Swan is pulling pieces of Atlas, the broken up pieces with Atlas with it. Okay, and it looks like they're going to cause massive havoc. I think they're going to possibly hit the Earth, and that's what's been predictively programmed. But he says that it's going to be so close to the Earth. It's going to get closest to the Earth on the 11th/12th, or maybe 11th through 13th, something like that. But he's following this progress of this thing, and how he said it's also being controlled by Nibiru. He also calls Nibiru Catalina as well, for some reason. I don't know why. I can't talk to the guy, so I don't know why. I don't know how he how he figured out how to track all this and everything, but it's very fascinating. So you take it how you want to take it. I'm taking that there's definitely some truth in here, and that is crazy because it's hitting these days. But I'm just going to show you what he's saying in a sense. But I'm going to include the video right after this. 33, about a little over half the version, and then I'm going to have a link in the description box for just a little under an hour version of his whole video of this thing. My voice is getting really dry here. Keep going without taking a drink here. Okay, so he starts charting this thing on April 1st, and then this thing just starts going, okay? And he's somehow able to track it. And again, I don't understand how, but he's able to track it, and he just follows it. And then it ends up doing these concentric circles outside. I think that's what you call it, concentric. It just keeps going outside of itself, and then it gets wider and wider. It's really crazy how, you can watch the video, but okay, it just keeps getting wider and banned out. And then he shows how, if I go back here a little bit, this is Australia, so this is like you're inside the globe. Whether you believe in flat earth or globe, whatever, I don't care. I'm agnostic about the whole thing. I don't really think that it matters that much. If I really wanted to, I could spend a long time. I have to spend a good amount of time trying to figure out, proving it to myself. But there's more important things I have to do as far as warning people, because we're almost there, than worrying about if the earth's flat or not. All I care about is helping people, and I don't really care about that stuff. Just so you know, okay. So I'm not slamming anybody, because actually 2 of my good friends believe in flat Earth. Okay, 2 of some of my good friends believe in flat Earth, and they're good guys. They're decent about it. They don't get in your face and call you a jerk and think you don't know anything because you don't believe flat Earth. I mean, but I've met like 99% of people I've met about flat Earth. There can be complete nuggets about it, and I think it's just wrong. I think you should be loving to people no matter what they believe, and you respect people no matter what they believe, and you decide how much you want to hang out with them and whatever based on what they believe and everything. But that you don't have to be a jerk about it. I mean, I'm not a jerk to people who don't believe in God. I'm not a jerk to, I appreciate people, every kind of person. And if you're a jerk to me, then I won't appreciate you very much. But try to love you anyway. But anyway, so this keeps going out in these circles. It's just crazy. He's tracking this thing. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me whatever. But this is Australia right here. This is like the bottom of the globe. This is like the South Pole right here. This is like you're inside it. But you can see, like, if you're looking out through the shell of the globe, you can see it's on the outside, and it's going out. It's going around the Earth somehow. And it's really fascinating, okay? I'm not saying I understand this at all. I'm saying that there's definitely some truth in it. I can pick up on some truth in this, but I don't know what it all means completely. But this is what he starts talking about. So this goes in these circles, and he's talking about this whole thing, right? And then he talks about up here how it's getting bigger. So the United States is up in here, and it's going to start hitting the United States around in middle of May, beginning to the middle of May. I'm like, what? And he starts hitting Hawaii just after May 1st. And it's just crazy. So I'm like following this guy, and it's just, my wife was led to this by the Lord, and then she let me know about this, and I couldn't believe it. So anyway, and then it keeps going these concentric circles, if that's what you call it. It's just expanding wider and wider. It keeps going around, and almost every revolution is a day or something like that. Or a day and a half or something like that. I don't know what it is. And then it's like it's being pulled he said this is Nibiru right here, and it's being pulled. And here it is down here, and it's going this direction. It's going like that. Anyway. Okay, anyway, and then the next day he does this, he finds this, and I'm going to put a link in the description box to his videos so you can kind of look at his other stuff if you want. But he kind of monitors certain cameras in different parts of the world, I guess, and he found this one picture where this is basically 5:28 in the evening, 5:28 in the evening in Fife, Scotland, or there's another name here. Beckesland, whatever, Scotland. And so this is in the evening, and this is facing the east, so the sun's already up and it's behind you basically. There's all these clouds and everything, and so it's 5:30 and it's overcast, and a couple more hours, 4 more hours, 3 more hours or whatever, it would be dark. It's getting dark, right? And there's a lot of clouds, and the sun's behind you. If you look at this view, the sun's behind you, and look at this light source right here, and it's round. You can see the roundness through here. And this thing's looks like it pokes down and it goes back up. It's really crazy. Light source here. There's light sources over here. And somebody could say that's from the sun, above the clouds hitting these. Yeah, but this is just phenomenal. Look. And then, so this is the next day, early in the morning. This is showing a sunrise. And this is almost to sunset. A few hours from sunset, and the sun's setting behind you. You're looking in the east, and it's going to set back behind you in the west. And here's the sun the next morning. But look at this negative as well. This is a massive light source that's perfectly round. And there's another light source right here that's almost perfectly round behind the clouds. There's some others over here. And I'm saying there's something going on here. It's freaky. Listen, I've been tracking Nibiru and Planet X, whatever, for over since I knew about it about 6 years ago, and I probably know more about that than almost anything else as far as the end time stuff. It's coming. I know it's coming. I have my daughter, my wife, other people I know have had a dream. My brother Aaron at Redeem 44. I've seen dreams and visions about it, and they didn't even know it existed at the time. Okay, I didn't even know it existed. My daughter saw it when she was 4. We didn't even know it existed. Okay, before I even got into it, that's what got me into it. That's what got him into it. Whatever. We saw this thing showing up ahead of time, and it's looking like it's going to show up here in May. And if you don't believe that, it doesn't matter what you believe. You'll see it. It's going to show up. I absolutely guarantee it. It will show up. I don't know when exactly. I'm always speculating about the time frame, even this time frame. It looks like we're hitting right on it. We're hitting it. Looks like we're hitting right now. And we're in it. But we'll see how the days progress. But this thing is coming. I absolutely guarantee it. I've seen it. Other people have seen it in dreams, visions. I've proven it on paper. It's in all these different... it's in Chinese observatory records for thousands of years, Korean, Iraqi. I mean, all these different. The white papers on this stuff is off the charts. I've proven it. I've absolutely proven it to myself. I haven't get into this because it's not what the Lord wants me to do. So, but let me go to the next thing. So he keeps going in these circles, right? And this just shows the continents by cities. This is North America, and you see cities. You sort of see the shape of North America by these cities. And this is South America by cities. You just see these dots, and it apparently says these cities, but I can't read them. And then so it keeps going in these circles, and it gets closer and closer. Again, there's North America, South America, and I'm kind of trying to, and then he zooms in on it, and see how these circles get wider and wider. It gets closer and closer, faster and faster as days go by. And I think this was sometime late April, right here. Again, you can watch the video. It's in the description box, and it'll be right after my presentation here. And then you can see it here. There's the ash. Again, I don't know how he's tracking this, but he's tracking it. There's the tail of Comet Swan right here, okay? And it's going this way, like that, okay? And that's somewhere around, we're getting almost to May, I think. Oh, yeah, that was like May 1st. And then right here, this is the this is the West Coast. This is the cities on the West Coast. And then this is where it is. This is about 5'8", I think he said. 5'8", and there it is. There's this tail going, and it's going this way, and then so this is a big deal. This is a huge deal. And then basically, I want to show you this as well. I found 511 is what you can call to get wherever you're going, directions or whatever. 511 for San Francisco Bay. It's crazy. And, that's the east, that's the West Coast, which is 511. That's the attack day of the tsunamis. And then look at this. Remember, see this? This is this big, going like this. I showed you earlier on these slides. Look at this thing. And it's green. And this is Atlas, and it's green. And it's green. I mean, are you kidding me? 511? I hope you see what I'm seeing. It's tripping me out sometimes. I mean, are you kidding me? Like wow. It's phenomenal. Okay, so here we go. Now, this is towards the center of the United States by... Basically, this is where it gets to. It's right in here is going to be what do you call it? Yellowstone National Park. So this may be. And this one is going to be the closest to Earth. So it may upset Yellowstone. Well, people have been talking about Yellowstone for a while. You might have it blow at some point. I mean, I'm serious. If that thing blows, look out. But this is going to be right here. This position is about. Let's see if that's right. Yeah, this position is right about the 12th going into the 13th, right here. You have Yellowstone, and it goes right here, and it goes down through, I think it was Louisiana. What is it? The main city, the big city in Louisiana. Oh man, I can't remember what it's. New Orleans, Nolens. Anyway, so yeah, it's crazy. And then. If you watch the video, see how it shows how it's dragging pieces of Atlas with it. And I don't know how he got this, how he's tracking this like this, and it's in real time. It's like, it's crazy. Anyway, I wish I could ask him some questions, but I just can't. He's over in Europe or whatever, in Croatia. Anyway, so I took where he said from basically at this time frame, 12th going into the 13th of May. And this is what I think is going to be these attacks. The evening, real late evening, 11th, going into the 12th. somewhere around there. He was saying 12th, 13th because he's in Europe and stuff. So it's, anyway, it's almost exactly the timing I'm talking about. It's really insane. And so he was talking about how it's right up here is going to be Yellowstone and then go through to New Orleans right here. So this is the line. So I just basically took another map and kind of lined it up as far as, the angle. And then I put a line red right from basically right here, Yellowstone to right there, New Orleans right there, or New Orleans, whatever. And then look at it. It's like another cut through the United States, cutting in half. It reminds me of the eclipse, the 2017, the Great American Eclipse in 2017, cutting America in half from Oregon to Carolinas right here and going like that. But this is a different way. This might be the final. This might be the judgment that completely ends the United States and shown by a comet, which comets are. They're supposed to be. I can't even think of messengers of destruction or something like that. Anyway, they're bad omens or something. I mean, and there's history of that, and there's a lot of historical records and artist. Oh my gosh, if I can even talk, artistic renderings and paintings and things like that of comets coming through, causing destruction and everything in the past because they mess with the electromagnetics of the Earth and the plate tectonics and all this kind of stuff because they're powerful and they're moving fast. And I'm telling you, that's true. There's a lot of truth to all that. So this is not coincidence. It's hitting my time frame. Just want to let you know about this, and I'm going to include this video right now in just a second. But first, I want to talk about this. So I'm going to also put a link in the description box for this. Powerful, you will be transformed first or left behind to endure the tribulation. Now, again, like I've said many times, there are multiple raptures. Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't matter. And one of the evidences, if you don't believe in rapture, whether you're not a believer or you're a believer, you don't believe in any of that stuff, one of the evidence is going to be the children are going to be taken. That's going to be massive evidence. All the innocent children, the age up to accountability will be taken. Okay, and if you're not sure about this at all, or you want to prove out what I'm saying, or whatever, or you want to fight what I'm saying, whatever, I'll include a link in the description box to this blog. And this lady does a powerful prophetic message, and I mostly agree with it. I'm going to say I'm like 95% agree with the message. Not just because it's not every single little tiny thing I agree with, but I think it's a message from the Lord, and what she's saying is powerful. She backs it up afterward with scriptures on it right afterwards, and all this kind of stuff. There are multiple raptures depending on the kind of group that we're talking about. The groups we're talking about. A lot of Christians don't know that the Christians are broken up into groups, and different people were broken up into groups based on harvests. In Israel, okay? There are multiple harvests, barley harvest, the wheat harvest, and the grape harvest. There are different harvests, and they represent the harvesting of people, okay? And there's a lot of symbolism to all that stuff, as well as just pure, raw truth. And things I've been shown in dreams and visions, and the things I know about studying the Word for almost 30 years. Okay, so if you have any questions about that, honest, real questions, or you just want to go look at it and see if you can try to disprove it, whatever, I don't care, it doesn't matter. It'll be a link in the description box to this blog, and read it. It's very good. It just really explains the difference between these groups and why it's so important to God, why it's so important to Yahushua or Jesus. I call him Jesus. I could call him his original normal name he should be called, but I call him Jesus because that's how I knew him as when I first came to him, and I'm sticking with Jesus because he's my Jesus. And I don't care what anybody says about Jesus, the name Jesus or whatever, you can't beat my Jesus. Okay, and my Jesus has cast out demons from people and all kinds of stuff and healed me and healed other people in Jesus' name. And so you can't take my Jesus name away from me, ever. And if you're that religious that you're worried about one little name, and it's not about that, it's about the heart of the matter, then you just go take a flying leap off something. I don't care. Because Jesus is real. You can get his exact technical name, whatever. People even debate about that. What is it? Yeshua? Is it Yahushua? I mean, who cares? I care about love. I care about helping people. So that's what matters to me. So anyway, I'm leaving this at that with this video. And here's Igor with his video, and you can take it as you want. It's up to you. I'm gonna have almost a little less than 33 minutes on this video, and then I'll have the link in the description box to his full almost hour long if you want to look at the whole thing. And just keep in mind, I don't think he's a Christian and he swears, says F words and things like that. I tried to cut out most of that. He swears a couple times in this little section I'm including, but I just thought the information was important if you want to really get an idea of what other people are doing, even though I can't completely confirm at all most of the stuff he's talking about, but it's far too fascinating to leave, and I have to share it with all you guys. So that's it, and I'm going to leave it at that. This is Exalted Lamb 1, over and out.
Look what we got here, people. Are you seeing now what it's my point? Look at the orbit of Catalina US 10 and look at the orbit of Comet Swan. Look at the Swan orbit here. Here it is. This is the Comet Swan. Watch the orbit of Comet Swan and watch the orbit of Comet Nibiru. Watch this. Ring any bell? Look at it here, look at that here. Now, we are going to close this one. We don't need this one anymore. We are going to rush to the, look at where is Catalina US 10, close to the orbit of the Comet Swan. Now, this is the South Pole here, people. This is the South Pole here, and as you can see, this is the date. It's April 1st. April 1st will be, let's go 300 speed, 300 forward like this, and I will show you now how the Swan is going to, this is the path of this comet. Now watch this very carefully. This is the space orbit, and this yellow one, this greenish line that you see now that is drawing, this is the local orbit. So this is what you see with your naked eye, for example, or what you may see with your naked eye, if it's possible that you can see something like this. So this here now, it's Australia. Okay, this here is the Australia. This shape here that you see, this is the Australia. This is the Brisbane, Sydney, Canberra, Melbourne, Albany, etc. So this is go over the we can even speed this up. We can, because we have a long presentation here. So this is going here. This is the Australia, New Guinea, Papua New Guinea, New Ireland. Then it's going making a circle. People, look where the comet is away from the United States. Nothing got to do with the United States. Look at it's going back to the South Pole, making U-turn and making a larger, not very much larger, but as you can see, it's still stuck to this. This is the April 3rd. This is the 3rd April, okay? As you can see, this is going in the circle around Australia and going back toward to South Pole. And when it's reached the South Pole, it's going back on the same path. But as you can see, each day when the Swan passing this circle, it's going closer and closer to some space on the right and on the left. This is the path of the moon. This very big green line, this is the path of the moon. So this is the Swan. Okay, look at this orbit, followed by the moon. This is not good. This is not good. Always in crossing the path of the moon. So I can squeeze this and you will see now what is going to happen here. So this is Australia, Philippines, Japan, and part of the Nepal and India over here. This is the Madagascar here. Comet Swan, it's still stuck to this circle away from United States, away from United States, but its orbit, space orbit, it's over there. Affecting much more larger area, okay? So as you can see, this is the April 7, this is all behind us. I just want to show you how this is spreading and change its orbit and the position of and the path where this is passing. So this is what I saw when I was observing Comet Swan. I said, no big deal, this is going around Australia. It's going to cause some, how do you say, some trouble in the Philippines, in above Australia, in this Indonesia, New Guinea, etc., etc. This will be affected, and everything else here, maybe Vanuatu or something, you know, here. Like Fiji, or I don't know whatsoever, all this around New Zealand also, etc., etc. But now, as you can see, we are at the April 9th. Okay, this is the April 9th. I'm going to grab a glass of water because I'm thirsty. So as you can see, these circles are very, very straight and very, let's say, narrow, one next to another. And I didn't see any dangerous for other part of the world because of its local path. And now you can see the moon is getting in the row in combination with. We will stop now, and let's see what happened on the April 12th, 2020. April 12th, 2000. Let's go search for the earthquake, and let's see is there anything happened on April 20. Which may be some strong earthquake in that area. I don't know, let me see. April 12th, okay. Minimum 6, let's say minimum 6. Get events. As you can see, look where is the earthquake. Mid-Indian Ridge. And this is, let me show you where, I will show you where this is. Watch, where is it on the path? Where is the circle of the comet Atlas? You see that red star here? This is the path of the comet Atlas. Oh, Comet Swan, I'm sorry. Here it is. South Indian, that will be, let me find this just a moment, that it's called, what exactly it's the name of this. Mid-Indian Ridge, South Indian Ocean, Overpractor region, that must be somewhere here, Sumatra, Nicobar, India, Bayabanga, Overpractor zone, just a moment. I must have this here, but I must find where is Lombok, southern Sumatra, region Indonesia, Sumatra coast. No, that will be over practice zone. Here it is, southwest Indian Ridge, so that will be somewhere. Look at where is the moon, people. Look at where is the moon on that time. Look at where is the moon. So this is affecting this part of the world. So let's go forward. Let's go play this forward. This is the affected area with the earthquake. Exactly where this. Here is the Comet Swan. Exactly on the side where is the moon and this part here. So this is affecting. This is the trigger zone of this. Now we are going to April 13, and we are going to see what is going to happen here. Just a moment. Again, we have a moon here, and on certain phases of the moon we can check up is there were any other earthquake here. So let's go to the other range of the date. Let's say until 14. Okay, what happened until the 14? Is there any more earthquake here? Yes, the second one, Kermadec Island region. Where is this? As you can see, look at that around Australia. Again, we have earthquake in this area here. So I have this on my map. I will show you. Kermadec, it's here. Here it is. Kermadec Island region. This is here. This is here. This is also in the inner part of this object. Outer and inner part. So this is the same resonance as there. Let's go forward. This is the 14. We will go until the May 13, 2020, and we will see locally. As you can see, this is affected mostly. Look at how the moon is close to this. Moon is they're making the race here, you know. So we will see. We can also, if the moon come close to the comet, we can also predict an earthquake in some area, because this is very, very unusual. Look at how close is the swan to the moon, people. It's going to, and always affected this part over the Japan, Indonesia, and this part here. This is very, very dangerous. This is the April 16th. We are about 1 month away from the closest approach of the comet to the Earth. This is the comet here, and this is the moon. Look at how the comet racing with the moon. This is not good. When they are coming in alignment, this is very serious trouble, people. I mean, very serious trouble. Look at it here. Look at it here. Of course, the phase of the moon is very, very important, because obviously the moon is reacting differently when it's in different phases. Why? I don't know. But there is something inside this. Rule. Now you must consider that we are dealing only with one comet between 5,000 comets, which probably are influencing one another. So we are not dealing with anything else. We have pure Comet Swan, which locally goes touching the South Pole and region of Indonesia, Philippines, New Guinea, Papua New Guinea, and this is north from the Australia, and east from Australia. You can see this is larger and larger circle, and Comet Swan is going in larger and larger circle around. Very soon we will see what will this do to United States. This is Catalina US 10 here also, which it's in crossing its orbit with the Comet Swan. Look at it here. Look at it here. With the moon and with the Swan orbit. Not mention that Nibiru is laying on the orbit of this comet. I don't know what does it mean that, but surely nothing good, believe me. This is here, this is Africa here. If we go like this is Africa here. As you can see, this is approach to the Africa, and this is the South America. And this is United States here. Now, if we go here, here is the danger, people. This is the April 21. This is starting to approach toward the South and North America. I mean, toward the Mexico and middle America. How do you call that? Yeah, let's say middle America, middle Latin America. Look at the Comet Swan, how it's passing closer and closer to the coast of the South America and the Chile. This is the April 22nd. This is all in history, people. This is all in history. Now we are not even coming to the present day, and this is already touching the horn of the Good Hope of the in Southern America. Okay. As you can see, this is closer and closer to the United States here. Look at the distance. Look at the distance. As you can see, also the space between the daily orbit, it's larger and larger. It's going progressively toward here. And this is the line of the moon. This is the moon orbit. The green line that is moving is the moon orbit. Now you can see the tail of the comet here. This is the April 24. April 24. So once again, we are following the path, local path of Comet C2020 F8 Swan comet, which will be closest approach. Look at how larger are look at how the space between the orbits are larger and larger. That means this is rushing toward United States, rushing toward United States. And this is absolutely, that was absolutely a surprise. That I thought that will remain above the Australia and Philippines and Indonesia, Malaysia, all this area there above the Australia, but not the circles. Local orbits became closer and closer to coast of the United States. It's coming from the Pacific toward the California and Mexico. As you can see, this part here is the most critical here. This is the coast of California. This is Durango, Mexico here. This is the North America, this circle, and this is the South America, these blue circles. Okay. This is the Nibiru. Look at the Nibiru here. Look at how Nibiru is descending down, following the path of the Comet Swan. Very interesting. Just like it's controlling this comet. Where is it moving? Now look how this local orbits are start to spreading. Look at how this is going. It's going in a larger and a larger circle. Look at it here. Look at the difference. It's larger and larger. We are going here, and we are going to squeeze a bit so we can go here and see. So this is the offshore of the Jalisco, Mexico, Jalisco. This is Guerrero, Oaxaca, Mexico City, Pueblo, in Durango. This is coming toward the Mexico and toward the west coast of America. The date is yesterday, April 29. I mean beyond yesterday, because we are now on, Croatia is already on May 1st. We are 6 hours from the East Coast time. This is the 30 of April 30. This is the today, still today in the United States. Look at how larger our this local orbit became. Now we need 15 more days. Look at 15. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the more. It's going to cover the half of the United States until the Middle West. So this is the May 1st. This is the May 1st. I'm going to move this so you can see the coastal United States. This is the Los Angeles, San Diego, Phoenix here, Durango, Albuquerque, Houston, New Orleans, Dallas, okay, Winewood. This is the United States here. And this comet, it's coming on the closest approach. It will touch United States. So people, this is, I found it absolutely amazing. Awesome, awesome. I didn't expect something like this at all. So you can expect all kinds of shit during the May, middle of the May, when this will be on the closest approach. I believe that United States will be hit with bad weather patterns, hurricanes, tornadoes, maybe even the fire. Not sure about the flood, but may affecting also the temperature of the weather. Look at how large these orbits are now, going closer and closer to United States. This is the date is May 4th. This is the May 4th, people. May 4th. Now you can see the tail of the comet is more and more visible, because this is, look at how large jumps they make in one day. Look at how many miles are going toward the United States. This is the orbit of the moon, lunar path. It's also will be very, very interesting to see what is the phase moon in the May of 13, 67. This is 33 degrees in the dark. This is very bad, very bad. This is very bad phase of the moon, and very dangerous phase of the moon. A lot of great earthquake happened on that lunar day. So this is not good. This is very, very all synchronized, some kind of synchronization. Okay, now this is the May 7th, and this is finally touched the coast of the Mexico, people. It's touching the coast, and we have another 7 days which will go deep inside of the United States. I can easily move now the map, and I can show you, here it is. This blue circle here is the United States, or Northern America with Canada. Now, when this is coming now in Northern America, here it is. It's crossing the border of the North America on the May 8th. 8th of May, it's in the United States, in the front of the Californian coast. And now it will go over California. That will be May 9. Yes, May 9 is going to pass over the Californian shore. So May 9th, May 10th is the time when the California will be in the possible danger. But it doesn't, here it is, it doesn't mean that when the comet passing over that this is the danger. The danger may be here, on this area here, or even when it's coming here, on this area here, because we don't know what is the triggering length of this comet. When I find out when this comet is reacting, when I found the first stronger earthquake that this comet will cause, then I will know what may be in the danger. So now we are over the United States. We are already in the Albuquerque and Salt Lake City, Boise, and Yellowstone. This is the next round. The Yellowstone, 12 of the, very interesting, 12 of the May, it will pass the Yellowstone. Here it is. And finally, now we are going to stop this moment here, just a moment, because this will be the closest approach to the Earth, also to the United States. I will stop in one moment when this is going again over the Yellowstone. I will show you. So the Yellowstone will be covered. Here it is. This is when the Comet Swan is going here. Back. This is the Yellowstone here. Let me zoom in. This is the Yellowstone here. And this is the Comet Swan here. Okay, so like this. And let's go forward and see when this is reached New York and like this. So let's go forward and let's now it's already touched the Lincoln and Kansas City. St. Louis will be Nashville and Charleston. That will be the next, also probably the Fargo, Minneapolis, and Chicago. This area here is not going to be affected by the passing of the comet, and that will be May 14. So May 14 may affect this area in Kansas City. 16 will be affect Fargo and St. Louis and Nashville. The date is here up in this corner here. You can read the date here if you can see this. It's very, very tiny because this is the 4K monitor and the resolution is very, very high. Okay, we got covered Minneapolis and close to the Charleston. The next pass will pass over Chicago and Jacksonville, Cincinnati. That will be the next pass of the comet. Date it's 16th of May, May 16th. Oh, wait, let me show you something. Look at that here. Look at that here. Pay attention. Opa, look at that here. This is Nibiru here. This is Nibiru here, and this is Comet Swan. Look at Nibiru, it's almost on the orbit of the Comet Swan. And I can also make orbit like this. Look at where is Nibiru, it's in crossing its comet. And now you will see soon what is going to happen here. They are probably going to cross over their orbit in some point. So we are now talking about what is above your head. This is a local orbit, people. This is something what is go above your head, not somewhere in the space. This is now Pittsburgh, Washington, Andrews, Washington DC, Portsmouth, and now next turn will be Buffalo, Philadelphia, and New York, and that will be the May 19. May 19, this will pass over the New York. Now let me squeeze this, because this is now starting to affect the Europe too. I think so. No, not Europe, but here this is Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, and all this stuff here. You can see that. Okay. So let's go back to the Boston and New York and this area here. This is New York, it's here. This is New York here, and this is Philadelphia. Going more in so you can see it better. Now this will pass between the Boston and the New York. That will be May 20. Here it is, May 20, exactly between the Boston and New York. In the time will be 3 o'clock at afternoon. Around 3 o'clock at afternoon, that will pass over the New York and Boston and Philadelphia, this area here. Okay, and now let's go until the end of the because I want to see what is going to happen here when is that going to reach some part of the Europe, and when, and how far this will be from the Europe, because now this is some serious shit that's starting to go toward the Europe. And wait, this is going here, you see, in where we were. Okay, look at it here, look at that here. Wait, look at it here, people, did you see that? Did you just see that? Just a moment, let me go back. Look at that here, people. Look at what we got here. Look at how many comets are following this comet. Look at these fragments here. This is Atlas Y4. The fragment of Comet Atlas are above United States following the Comet Swan. Watch this. I will go 30. Watch this. Watch how this is following the Comet Swan, people. Everything is connected, people. Everything is connected. There is no any coincidence here. Look at this comet. Look at the numbers of the comet, the tails. Never seen that ever before. Look at that, how this